If you're talking about my remarks, I think that there is nothing insulting or offensive in what I've said. I very much welcome the contribution made by the Muslim community in Northern Ireland. They make a very worthy contribution in a number of different areas, medicine being one of them. I meet Muslims regularly in my constituency advice centre, and certainly if any of them have taken offence by some of the interpretations that have been put on what I'm saying, I'm happy to meet them, and I've arranged to meet local Muslim leaders. If my words had been properly reported, I don't think anybody would have had difficulty. What I indicated was that I defended the right of Pastor McConnell to make the remarks. He has freedom of speech. He is entitled to do it. I have known him for many years, probably more than the 20 that I mentioned. I don't believe that he has hate in his heart. And he is entitled to give his views as a Christian minister. People will disagree, but I would uphold his right as I would uphold the right of anyone else to comment or criticise any other faith. In terms of the issue of trust, I specified the areas where I wouldn't trust someone from the Muslim community. And I have to say, probably no different than from any other community. If people are involved in terrorism, I wouldn't trust them. I suspect when I meet Muslim leaders, they'll take much the same view as I do on that issue. Well, I've decided to work with Martin McGuinness. I trust Martin McGuinness to be a Republican. I'm a Unionist, and obviously I want to get the best deal for the whole community in Northern Ireland. And that means that because he is elected by the Catholic nationalist community, that he's the person that I have to work with. Why would I consider resignation? People should look at what I have said, look at my statements and see what I have said. I've said nothing deserving of the kind of criticism that is coming from some quarters based upon misrepresentations of what I've said. Well, let's be clear, I never made any comment about the theological issues. I'm not getting into doctrinal matters. I simply defend people's right to be able to make the comments that they do. So I'm not getting into that. I'll not be encouraged to go down that road. I want to have good relations in Northern Ireland. That means showing respect to people from every community. The Muslim community in Northern Ireland have been a law-abiding community that have made a good contribution to our society. I believe that will continue to be the case. I'm happy to meet them so that if through the misrepresentation of my remarks they have taken up the view that in some way I have been insulting or offensive, I will be able to set out the record very straight for them.